Here we go again. So it's storming out right now. We're supposed to get, I think, like 30 centimeters of snow. The wind's blowing about 50 kilometers an hour. So I figured I might as well bring this old girl inside, fix up a few things. I'm gonna put the headlight switch on. I didn't have any other parts come in for the twin yet, but I got the other new parts put on. So I'm still waiting for the manifold to come in. Probably be here next week. I haven't gotten any of the carb parts yet. Probably related to the storm. They just haven't made it here. But the air duct fits beautifully. The toolbox is awesome. The clutch guard, it's not quite right. It's one off of like a newer style. It's the same as the one that's on this. So it's got the connection point up here for the secondary guard that covers it, but I don't have it. It still works nice though. And we were able to get the fan shroud put on. So that looks awesome too. Cleans the sled up really well. In the dash pad, it's just chilling there for now. I gotta still do the carb cable when it comes in. So we might as well get started. I was digging around. Nobody removed any wiring from the sled. Everything's just been cut. So the actual old headlight switch wire is just here. So I chased that down and it comes to this plug. So I'm gonna unplug from here, pull this wire out, and then see if I can wire up the new plug to it. Pretty crazy though. The twin, it's 50 years old, and the single here, it's 38 years old. Still in great shape, but not too much really changed on them over the years, right? Like, they're damn near identical. The only key difference, I guess, the twin has a double roller chain in there, so there's two chains side by side in the chain case. This one's just a single. But other than that, pretty much the tunnel and everything is the same. So here's the new switch. I pulled it out of the bag. I got it from the same guy I got the parts for the twin off of. He just had this one kicking around. So that's gonna work just beauty. I also got some new tie downs for the hood. So this is the one that was on it. They're not the same. Kind of got gypped by Royal there, but whatever. It happens. I think I can make these work. And I also have a voltage regulator. I don't think I'm going to need it because the taillight does work on the single, so it's making good power. I think it's just because there's no switch and the wiring isn't properly hooked up, that's why it's not working. Also, the bulb could be out too. All right, so I pulled this off the sled. We want to make sure we take note of how these wires go. Our colors don't line up, so we're going to have to refer to the electrical schematic and see if we can figure out what has to go where. But I'm just going to cut this here and then solder these connections together. And then when I put this back on, I'm gonna have to take these pins out of the plug and push the whole thing through the grommet, but that's no big deal. So I figured out where the one wire goes. It's kind of a 50-50 chance for the other two. I think it's just gonna depend on what side of the bulb is working, whether it's the high beam or the standard. But to figure out the one, you just have to look and see inside the switch. There's a connection in there. I don't know if you can see it that well, but the yellow wire actually goes to two different tabs. So when you look at the wiring diagram, that has to go on the red wire with the yellow stripe, which kind of makes sense. So we got the yellow wire on that one, and then the other two, we're just going to take a guess and see what happens. Just like that, got those all soldered on nice. I could have cut the shrink tube a little bit longer, but that's okay. When I put this cover back on, I'm going to tape this up and then pull all these. So I got the terminals out of the plug. You just have to push on the side of them. If it'll focus, you can see how there's kind of a relief there. So you push on the side of them and then you just pull them out one at a time. And I'm going to feed this through the grommet on the dash so that way it looks mostly original, and then I'll put the plug back on after. There we are, headlight switch is on. I think it goes this way. Makes the most sense to me. That it would face out just like the kill switch. So that's pretty awesome. And our plug's put back on, it's wired up. I haven't zip tied it to the frame yet. So like I said, it's a 50-50 chance of these two gray wires, which way we have them. So if it's incorrect, I'm just gonna take them out and swap them in the plug here, and away we go. But let's fire it up and see if that bulb's gonna work.